And a calculated friendship for a dude, don't get it twisted, bro. Like, like I come from the streets. Like my street smarts is just as good as my book smarts. You know? So I can understand the play of what's going on and see it. And when you see it, it's just kind of like, ah, man, like that's a turn off. But then,
do you think there would be a point to where it's just as many people that are popping on the CHA side like the mainstream, or is it just a hierarchy that people can't get in? It's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artists and then everybody else, right? And will they ever work together to make our genre even bigger on the business side? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it better make sense if people want to survive, man.
Jehovah's passion for life. We just supported his team that be bringing them life.
Checking out the Blessed Beatz Live Weekend syndicated show, nonstop Christian hip-hop news, positive vibes you can use. I'm your host, Marcus Sullivan, also known as Marcus in the Morning. This is a exclusive collaboration with the family here at NGN Radio, and I get a chance to go one-on-one behind the music with one of my brothers who I absolutely am impressed with the way he does things. In the building today, finally, J. Cole.
Man, what, man? Shit, bro, I'm about to walk out this interview.
D1 in the building, one of my brothers, man. This social media, yeah, man. We about to go there. Social media guru, Christian hip hop artist, man of God, and ultimately businessman. I want to talk behind the beat, behind the music, all things D1, and just walk our way through your whole career, how you got today. Can we start there?
Man, let's do it, bro. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
All right. All right. So for people who Google you and know things about you, right, we can start with Louisiana.
Yeah, you got to start with Louisiana.
Yeah. Tell us that where you from and why you represent your culture so hard.
For sure. So I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I claim the whole state because I was born and raised in New Orleans, went to elementary, middle, high school down there, born in New Orleans East. Yeah. You know what I mean? From the Goose. Shout out to the Goose. Yeah. But I became a man in Baton Rouge, Louisiana because I went to college out there. I wrote my first rhyme out there, did my first ever performance out there, got my first job as an adult out there as a teacher. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm a Louisiana boy to the fullest.
We've heard the teacher's story, bro. If you taking us way back, what made you want to be a teacher, bro?
Man, I almost died when I was in college. I tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Had a gun up to my head, you know, like an armed robbery situation, man, with somebody. And when you see your life flash before your eyes at an early age, it makes it to where you like, bro, I'm really on borrowed time. I don't know how long I got here. So while I am here, I want to do stuff that's going to make impact more than just making income. You know what I mean? And for me, being a teacher, there's no better way to make a tangible impact in people's lives than to be a teacher. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. And then even in your teaching days, did you always know that you could rhyme? Where did that start?
Oh, yeah. So I started rapping in college, and I knew I was nice on the microphone.
Yeah.
You know, on campus, everybody knew me. Everybody knew D1 on campus.
Was you was going by D1 back then?
Yeah, first I was going by Deezy.
Okay.
Know, just trying to be like Lil Weezy, Young Jeezy, you know what I mean? Straight up. No, that was the pre-save days.
Okay.
That was the me rapping prior to getting saved days. Yeah. And I pray that none of those mixtapes ever see the light of day, bro, that people don't hear that stuff, because that's a whole nother.
Yeah. Is that stuff on YouTube? It ain't on?
No.
It's nowhere.
No. That's when you got physical CDs that you writing on in permanent marker and you passing them out, you know what I'm saying, on campus.
Well, I'm going to say this. If anybody got one, reach out to me and we can go viral together on that. But I mean, and I love the transition from that, because I don't want to stay there, because we can Google that. But man, we want to talk about all things D1, right? So for the artist out there and the entrepreneur out there, start with the day it popped for you. From going from, everybody know that I'm an artist, everybody know I'm a teacher, to it pop. Like this, dear God, this the rest of my life. Yeah. God, I know God got a plan for me, right?
Yeah. So the day it popped was the day I walked in there and formally resigned as a teacher and had a one-on-one talk with the principal.
Yeah.
That's the day that it became there's no plan B. You know what I mean? I'm taking a chance on me at this point. And at that time, bro, I want people to understand that it was definitely a faith move because I had never made $1 off of rapping before in my life. So it's not like, oh, I'm walking away from this job because I got a record deal waiting on me. No.
Okay.
All I had was a bunch of songs, a bunch of belief in myself, and a bunch of faith in God that I had to hustle to turn this into something. But to formalize this and make it into a business, I didn't have any investors.
Yeah.
I didn't have any business partners that were backing this. I literally had me and God. That's why I say God by my side so no man can harm me. This is the story of a one-man army. You know what I mean? And that's the headspace I was in. So I went through almost 2 years of being a local artist. So anything that come along with being a local rapper to where nobody knows you nationally, but locally you're doing all the things necessary to make your name known. I did that stuff. And then I did have a moment that changed the rest of my life. And it's when I put out a music video called J50 and Weezy.
Yeah.
That I can literally point to that and say, oh, that's what changed my life. That was the first time.
I want to dive into those three things, but before I even do that, bro, I want you to talk to that entrepreneur. It ain't got to be a rapper. It could be a rapper. About that fear. You said, man, the moment changed when you walked into that office and said, I'm going to resign from this job, right? And I'm not encouraging nobody just to do that, but I want other people to hear how real the night before, that when you got up that morning, you was like, this is the day.
Man,
Talk to that person real quick.
Bro, I'm in Walmart parking lot across the street from the school, and I'm calling my mentors, and I'm shaking, and I'm like, bro, you think I should quit this job, man? Like you think I should quit this job? I'm right across the street from the school. What you think, man? And one of my mentors, he know him, his name, we call him the hip hop doc.
Yeah.
He said, no, don't quit your job.
Don't quit.
Don't quit, bro.
Wow.
Don't quit, D. You got a stable job. You got a salary. You got benefits.
Mentor
of mine, bro. Older brother. Older black man doing well for himself.
Yeah.
D, don't quit your job. All right, man. Appreciate you. Hang up. Man, I still want to quit. You know what I mean? I still feel like, I still feel like my job is restricting me at this point, as opposed to, you know, helping me for what God called me to do.
D1 right here inside the Blessed Beatz Live Show. Second thing I want to talk about on that, man, you said you went from being a local artist where nobody knows you nationally.
Right.
It's a lot of local artists and they prospective town. What made you different from the other local artists at the time?
Oh, that's a great question,
man.
bro. That's a great question. It's because, amazing question. I knew my purpose for why I was an artist in the first place, and I knew my lane. So because there's a bunch of artists, a lot of them were like, it was a traffic jam because they all trying to fit into the same lane of being a street rapper, a gangster rapper, you know what I mean? And literally it's such a traffic jam in that lane. Meanwhile, I'm in the same scene as these artists. I'm in the same club as Kevin Gates, you know what I mean? Pushing my mixtapes. I'm in the same clubs that Boosie is at, you know, all this type of stuff. I'm in the same spaces as Young Money, you know, Lil Wayne's camp, Grand Hustle and all this.
Right.
But I'm in a different lane. And I excel at that lane. So now it makes me stand out. There was 100 rappers in the club tonight. Only one of them is up here rapping about God and bold but dope at the same time. And that's D1.
I'm gonna say, man, from that point, if you're an artist, if you're listening to this or you watching this, be different. Don't be afraid to go against the grain, and which brings me to the third point. And you mentioned 50 Weezy Wayne.
Yeah, J50 and Weezy.
J50 Weezy. I remember the video. The first time I saw YouTube was kind of new back then, right? And that was the short dread. Him coming out with this video, and you had the faces and all of that, bro. What was your inspiration back? Because YouTube wasn't the thing,
right?
Let's talk about that moment. You said it changed everything.
Yeah, it changed everything. The music video for my song J50 and Weezy, I don't use this term all the time because it's overused, saying God told me this, God told me that. But there was something in my spirit, you know, that kept telling me, D, shoot a video for that song, that one, J50 and Weezy. So much so, Marcus, that I had put the song out 18 months before the video came out.
Wow.
It's rare that an artist is like, man, this song dropped a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But I still feel the need to shoot a video. I'm like 2 projects later than that now.
Yeah.
But I need to shoot a video to it.
Was that song popping or the video made it pop?
The video made it pop. The song itself wasn't like anymore. It wasn't even the most popular song on that album.
Yeah.
You know?
To this day, and I'm gonna jump to business right there. You still eating off of that video?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indirectly eating because I get YouTube money from it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm indirectly eating because what that video did was, if you look at this game and this industry as a door, you know, that's deadbolt locked shut.
Yeah.
What that video did was, man, it unlocked a lot of those locks for me, and it cracked the door open.
Yeah.
Right. And ever since then, I just been busting through that door and getting busy because of that video.
D1 was brand new to the national circuit because you went viral on YouTube. Now, mainstream artists. Who is this cat? And is he calling us out? What was that like when people started hitting you like, man, who is you? Why you do it? Like, or even the artist that you was portraying in the video. Did you hear from anybody?
Yeah, so none of them hit me up directly.
Yeah, yeah.
But all 3 of them indirectly hit me up.
Yeah.
Meaning people in their camps hit me up.
Did they feel you or they was like, man, what you doing?
Lil Wayne didn't like it. He wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
50 Cent didn't like it, but he understood it.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
50 Cent came in the game and he had a record called How to Rob.
Talk about it.
Where he was calling out all these artists and saying how he was going to rob them and stick them up and what he was going to do to them.
Yeah.
And that was like a fictional, you know what I mean, type of thing. My thing is like, no, bro, this ain't no joke. This real life.
Yeah.
Everything I said about you and that, I stand on that.
Was you scared?
Not at all.
You wasn't scared of the industry or because even taking a morning show or a radio show, you say, man, I want the biggest joint. I want to be the biggest artist. And then you go viral. You don't go, God, what's next? Or what I just do. You know what I mean? Now you got the attention because at this time, Jay, 50, they the biggest artists in the world.
They are.
And they indirectly reaching out to little bitty D1 at the time. No fear.
So it's little bitty D1 if a person looks at it from an industry lens, but in God's eyes, it's D1 is doing my work more than y'all doing my work. Man. So it ain't no little bitty D1. It's like, man, that's David. You heard me? That's David, and these are Goliaths. So who won that war?
Speaking of which, that's back when Slingshot David was.
Yeah.
Is that where that come from? Is that where that energy comes from back then?
Yeah, man. Yeah. The whole metaphor. My first album was called David and Goliath. That was my very first album that I ever did.
Yeah.
And everything since then, I just embraced the character of David just more and more and more. Embraced the story of David defeating Goliath to the point where I look at this industry as a Goliath, you know, to where from the outside looking in, if you don't have mission vision, you know what I'm saying? Then you looking at it like, oh, these artists are so big and just little bitty D1. Like, how do you compare? To where I'm looking at it like, man, big is a relative term. You saying big based on how long they've been in the game, how much money they got. Man, I'm looking at it from God's perspective, and God is like, first of all, I created both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, if one of y'all is very explicit about doing my work and helping connect others to fulfill their God-given purpose, then arguably this person is doing better, you know what I'm saying, by the heavenly stat sheet than this person, you know? And my thing is like, that makes it to where there's nothing to be intimidated by on my end. Love it.
D1, right here behind the beat, we talking about the career, the rise, the man, the business, the social media, and we'll get in depth and find out more about him. But at this point, man, you done went from local to national, and you got some of the biggest artists in the world knowing your name, right? And you just mentioned something a little bit earlier. You doing it without a label, without a record deal. Talk about when you get into that point, because I know I'm guessing from the artist standpoint, at that point, everybody want to be signed.
Yeah.
Right?
Great point.
And so what was your heart at then? Like, boom, where's the record label, or what's my next move?
Yeah, you're right. Everybody wanted to be signed in that era.
Yeah.
And myself included.
Okay.
Because I didn't have enough confidence in myself as an independent artist.
Okay.
You know, to say I can just continue to do it on my own. So I felt like I need to latch on to a label, but still have the autonomy to do me. And that was my goal. And that was always tough, man, because any artist, the goal was to sign underneath a bigger artist, right? The goal was to sign underneath T.I. and be on Grand Hustle and be just the dude that's the more conscious. The goal was to be kind of like what B.O.B. was to a certain extent for T.I.
Yeah.
The goal was to be kind of like how Nas has like a Dave East, you know what I'm saying? That he kind of co-signs. The goal was to be how Wayne has Drake and Nicki Minaj and had Tiger at one time. The goal was to be that with a bigger artist, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it just never quite fit.
Are you independent to this day?
100% independent.
Do me a favor. Talk to that artist that is today where you were, and they wanting that attention, that recognition from that label, from that bigger artist of how you move today, or the benefits of being independent.
For sure. So for that artist who's watching right now, nowadays you have way more tools at your disposal to where you can still extract value from being affiliated with an artist without having to sign to an artist.
Yeah.
Because when you sign to an artist, you are giving up a lot of freedom now, and you're hoping that you get something in return.
Yeah.
You're hoping that you get to benefit off of this artist going on tour and you being able to go on tour with them, or this artist featuring on as many of your songs as you need them on.
Yeah.
You're hoping for a lot of things, but you're giving up a lot, because what's in that paperwork on that contract is tangibly this the percentage of your revenue that's gonna go to this company and this label and da-da-da. And it may not be worth it. Also, man, you can do it without a lot of money nowadays.
Yeah.
You can. You just gotta be creative and you gotta be tenacious.
Bro, what gives you your patience?
My patience is because I'm in love with my mission. And because I'm in love with my mission, this is lifelong. So it's easy to have patience when you look at it like there's no expiration date on me being successful, because this mission is until the day God calls me home.
Yeah. All right, man. So we at a point where you got the patience, you got things going for yourself to where it's moving, you independent, right? You coming from the atmosphere of being a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't seeing phantom money yet. You ain't seeing sold out concerts.
I'm seeing 1998 Honda Accord.
Yeah,
you heard me?
You still got student loans
with 300,000 miles on that car, and I got student loans, and I got Sally Mae hitting me up every month. I'm coming from that world.
All right, and I would be crazy not to ask you about, because you just told us the moment that it hit, but a lot of people know you.
Mm-hmm.
I even wanted to hit you and say, talk to your people for me. Sally Mae.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you take that angle? Or what gave you that inspiration?
Bro, when I really paid my student loans off, I don't know if you know the story, but when I signed my record deal, I had signed with RCA at the time.
Okay.
Right? When I signed, I did end up signing with a major label. When I did that and I got an advance check, you know, I took a chunk of that advance, and normally, what do rappers do with their advance?
We wearing jewelry, car rims, something.
All that. Man, a part of my advance that I took, I went ahead and paid all my loans off, all that. I got goosebumps just not saying that, bro. Literally, because I relived the excitement. Literally, I got goosebumps on my arm right now from saying that, bro. Like, paid all those loans off at once, bro. Oh. So after I paid the loans off, it's like, it's only right that if I make songs about all the other experiences I'm going through in life, why not make a song about this, you know?
I love it. At that point, that first song that hit, you was calling out artists.
Yeah.
Industry talk.
Yeah.
Now you calling out Sally Mae.
Yeah.
This government.
Yeah.
Right? You wasn't scared of the response?
No, man, because it was a celebration. I was saying I finished paying Sally Mae back. Right. I wasn't dissing Sally Mae.
So did they reach out? Did the government reach out?
Man, Sally Mae reached out to me, bro.
Yeah.
After I did this song went viral. They actually reached out to me and we formed a partnership, bro.
Wow.
An actual partnership. Like something I didn't plan on that. Some people like, you know, some people sit back and they calculate these moves, man, in their career. And, you know, I'm just big on authenticity, bro. And I think that me being authentic is the main reason why I've had the longevity and the success that I've had. Authenticity, bro.
What I love about you, man, is at this point, we 2 for 2 at going viral in the days of viral like now you have so many avenues. You got celebrities that can find your content and retweet you, and boom. This back in the day, the content you putting out, people are gravitating to. So business-wise, you debt-free student loan. You signed your deal with RCA. You took the advance money, but you're not rich at this point.
No, not rich.
Okay.
No.
Who taught D1 business versus ministry?
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Because I don't know if wherever you watching or listening to this from, when you doing ministry or faith-based content, entertainment, you'll get a lot of people be like, yo, can you just come do it for the Lord? Can you come do it for the kids? Right? And then you put a price on it, you don't hear from them. But you still got bills, you still got life, because they assuming, man, you got 1 million views on YouTube, you rich. You don't need me. Business and ministry, talk about it.
Who taught me business? Well, I went to LSU for business. I got a degree in business,
nice.
You know? So LSU taught me business at first. And then what taught me business was forcing myself to have to view myself as a business. Because you can view yourself as an artist and not as a business when you got other income coming in. Once I cut that pipeline off and I wasn't teaching anymore, it was like, this is literally all I have. So I had to view myself as a business. And at that point, you start to realize that, like you said, a lot of people down to rock with you as long as they didn't have to pay you. You know what I mean? And I had to be okay with saying no. But when it comes to doing stuff for free, you know, doing stuff for free is a part of growing as well. Like there's still times where it's like it makes sense to do something for the door that's gonna open, and that door is gonna lead to the money.
Talk back and forth, man, about being D1 the artist, right? Jumping on the stage, shaking the. And I got D1 on the email and the phone call. You the businessman. Because I think a lot of artists, you want to show up to the business meeting as the artist. Right? Talk about how you have to operate in your day. And we're current now. Your day-to-day, D1 got to handle some business. Right?
So currently, when it comes to business, I separate myself from the business. So I have a booking agent. You know, I have a person who, you talking business? This is who you're gonna speak to on my behalf. Because it gets to the point to where I don't like to mix the two. You know what I mean? Because sometimes in business you have to say no. But if somebody's favorite artist tells them no, they're gonna take that personal, and they the next time they listen to your music, they're gonna be like, this don't even hit the same. That boy just told. I heard him with that New Orleans accent just say, no, I ain't coming and doing your event. And that hit different. So you have to separate the two. I don't see athletes out here representing themselves. You know, I don't even see pastors out here representing themselves. You know, now what happens is when you have a personal relationship with people and they're like, and they want to hit you about business, that's where it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna act like I don't know you. Like, we friends. You hitting me up, you want to do something, and there's exceptions to that rule of ways to go about things. But a lot of times the people that kind of try to take the most advantage of you are the people that you do know. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Absolutely.
Like, and that part is tough, man. So the goal as artists, I've had artists ask me about this. Like, D, I'm having trouble with, you know, what to charge people for this, or how to price my services and what I bring to the table. And I'm like, best case scenario, you can hand that off to someone else, because you don't have to have a college degree to be able to answer an email and speak on an artist's behalf. You know what I mean? And just be that liaison. And people will be more honest when they're not talking to you than they are when they're talking directly to you, man.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. I love it, man. D1 exclusive behind the beat. We got a small appetizer of how you got to where you are. But I want to fast forward now, man, and get down into the nitty-gritty of the day-to-day life of being D1. And I'm talking about stuff like you doing stuff with ESPN, you're doing halftime shows, you're doing a whole lot, and then you still get a chance to keep your personal side with the social media. And if you're watching this, in the early days, social media wasn't no Instagram, wasn't no TikTok, right? And so now you incorporate that into your business. But let's talk about the music. So now you're 2 for 2 on viral videos, right? You putting out projects and you're known as this positive or Christian rapper, right? How has life changed for you now? Because now you got to represent the ministry, you got to represent the faith. You're still a man. You got some success, and your worlds colliding.
Yeah, all those worlds colliding. So to whom much is given, much is required, bro. Facts. I got a lot of people. I got my own. I'm a walking ministry at this point. Yeah, and that's the responsibility that come along with this, man. Yeah. Like if you have an anointing on you, you can't have anointing without having responsibility. Yeah, that comes along with that anointing. So it's me understanding that. So I gotta personally have mentors and people that I can stay plugged in with and tapped into to help me keep growing personally. Yeah. Professionally, I gotta keep getting better and better at my craft. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And ministry-wise, I gotta stay plugged into the source. I gotta stay plugged into Christ. Yeah. So that I can make sure that this isn't just a me mission, but this is a he mission. Yeah.
Dude, when you operating and you got the flesh side, the business side, the ministry side, we see on social media the loving side, the smiling side, the encouragement side, right? And social media is built like this. It's a highlight reel, right?
That's exactly what it is.
We don't talk about the L's, but we're going to talk about them right now. And let's just break them down, and let's just go business first, and then we'll go faith, and we just talk about the flesh last. But business-wise, let's talk about an L that D1 done took that people might not. I mean,
I don't think people understand the pain that comes along with signing to a record label. Yeah. And it not working out, you know? Yeah. You don't sign to a label for it to not work out. You want it to work out, right? You know? But signing, being over there, really giving it your all and getting to the point where it's like, man, I got to get out of this. You know, basically I want to get a divorce. Yeah. You know, that, like you don't get married for it to not work out. Yeah. So me signing to a label and giving them years of my life and forming relationships and trying my best to make it work and getting to the point where I'm like, man, it can't work. And now I got to work equally as hard to get out of this situation. That's a business failure. Yeah. You know, that stuff don't feel good.
Broken relationships. This is business now. Broken relationships, beefs, people that you falling out with. Okay. This has happened.
Okay. Yeah. Beefs. Yeah, bro. Broken relationships on the Christian side. Yeah. You know, there's somebody who definitely on the Christian side who we went from being real tight to me being like, nah, I don't like how this person move, and I just don't, and I could kind of see through, you know, some of their ways, and I really intentionally distance myself. Yeah. That you get to the point to where it's like, all right, it ain't beef on my end, cause like I'm personally all good and my blessings and everything, all that's intact, but it gets to the point to where it's like, well, as Christians, is it worth it to try to mend that, you know, that stuff? And that's on the Christian side, and that's with somebody in particular who I'm thinking about, who, you know, y'all know. But on the mainstream side, I got beef with Satan. I got beef with Satan, bro. So like every day, I'm out here and I'm fighting against Satan getting inside people's heads and tricking them into thinking that they're successful. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because he blessed them. Satan blessed them with some money, you know what I'm saying? Satan blessed them with some fame, and now they feeling like that must mean that what I'm doing is right. That must mean it's justified. Yeah. And I got beef with Satan for polluting people's minds into thinking that what they're doing must be of God since they're being blessed. And so that's what I'm fighting against every day, is that you know, that to get that mental emancipation, you know what I mean? Because,
it's people probably in the comments right now either name dropping who that person that you saying is, or people saying who right now, and I'm not going to even ask you. I'm going to make you go do your Googles to find that out. But, man, hip-hop, I'm not even saying faith-based. I'm talking about what you do is a competitive sport, right? Business is a competitive sport, right? And you have to operate in the faith. And like you said, man, it's the person that you're thinking about. And yes, you can go left and I go right, and we still get our blessings from God, right? Is that expected in this, what we do?
Man, honestly,
it's competitive.
Yeah, bro. But when you're on the Christian side, I remember first kind of like becoming more known on the Christian side. And in my mind, it's like, hey, I'm in that water, y'all. Like, I'm in this mainstream. I'm in these streets.
Right.
Like, I'm on tour with Young Dro. You hear me? I'm on tour with Killer Mike. I'm on tour with Macklemore. I'm in the club with T.I. and his people. I'm calling out J50 and Weezy. I'm coming from this and operating as one of us over here. So when I'm coming over here, I'm thinking like, yo, it's the ultimate brotherhood and camaraderie. So
that's not necessarily true?
No, man, heck no, that's not true.
Bro, I wouldn't have never expected faith-based artists to not get along on a certain level. And like you just said, man, you coming from being a faith-based artist in them streets, and now when you come to the CHA side, they not showing you love. Are they looking at you different, or?
Nah, it's just people feeling like you their competition, and people, you know, and people being intimidated by that, and making shady business moves, and doing stuff that is like having calculated friendships, and a calculated friendship for a dude. Don't get it twisted, bro. Like I come from the streets.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
What I'm saying?
I say that all the time.
Yeah, like don't get it twisted. And I say that to say, not that I ever shot anybody or sold any dope, but I come from the streets to the point where like my street smarts is just as good as my book smarts. You know? So I can understand the play of what's going on and see it. And when you see it, it's just kind of like, man, like that's a turn off. But then again, you look at it like, hey, these are still people. So why would I have expected anything different? And then you get to the point where you have no expectations of anyone. And that's where I found peace at. Is not having expectations from anyone, so I can appreciate the genuineness from everyone. Because I have expectations of no one. So that's why when I connect with a dude like you, I'm like, bro, we friends for life. Like, I don't know if you know that or not, but we friends for life. Because I know just how you coming, and I see it and I feel it, and I got to reciprocate that.
Dog, on this faith-based side, D1 right here inside the Blessed Beatz Live show, on this faith-based side, right, you doing shows, you just named some mainstream artists who's accepted you enough to say, come on tour with me, bro, right? And on this CHA side, for those that don't know, Christian hip-hop, right, there are only a handful of A-listers in the CHA side. I consider you one of them, right? Do you think there will be a point to where it's just as many people that are popping on the CHA side like the mainstream, or is it just a hierarchy that people can't get in? It's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artists and then everybody else, right? And will they ever work together to make our genre even bigger on the business side? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it better make sense if people want to survive, man. Like, like you can't exist as just an island out here. Look at even the Jay-Z's and the Kanye West. They to the point where they're like, we gotta do collab albums with each other. Kanye West hopping on features for what his name is, 5-year-old foreign. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like people to where you don't have to do that. If you're Kanye, Nas doing a album with Hit Boy, doing 3 albums in a row with Hit Boy. Like if that's on that side, then who is anybody on the CHH side to feel like, nah, man, I don't have to work with nobody. Like, you know.
You think this genre can explode financially like that? Because I say this all the time, man. When you look at mainstream, you can't even count how many multi-millionaire artists there are. You can't even count. You got the one on your block. You got the one that you're gonna. There's so many in your neighbor, like in your own town that's doing well. But when you go to CHH, bro, it's a handful. That and I'm saying multi-million. I'm talking about now self-sufficient.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make sure that I help there to be more millionaires. In CHH.
I love
more multi-millionaire. I'm gonna make sure that I play a role in helping that, because part of it has to do with your business practices. Another part of it has to do with your investments. You know, you can make the money, but if you don't get the money to start making money for you, then you having to work 2, 3 times, 4 times as hard as the next person that's letting their money, you know, matriculate and make more money for them. So that's one of my callings, bro, is to make sure people are financially fit, you know, purpose-driven men of God, financially fit, you know, making those dead presidents work for us, you know?
I love it. We're talking behind the beat with D1, all things D1 things. Yeah, we're going to talk about his music. He got a lot of good music out there, a lot of conscious music, faith-based music. But, bro, we just talking about some of the L's in life that people don't get to see. And we just talked about the business. And we're going to run through this part, man, but the faith, right? Because we feel like when we're not on the front page like you are, that the devil only attacking me or I make mistakes. D1 don't make no mistakes, right? Right? How does that look in your life? Let's talk about a time you made an L in the faith, bro. A time when you was just like, you know what? Nah, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I sin, I take a L and I do wrong and I disappoint God. Every time I sin, bro.
Yeah.
So on a daily basis, I walk around partially feeling like I'm unworthy of the blessings that I get, man. You know, and feeling like that, you know, I have to remember that I'm saved by grace, you know what I'm saying? But I can't use that grace as a crutch to just be like, well, I ain't even got to try to improve, you know, because I'm always forgiven as I ask for it, you know? But yeah, it's to the point where on a daily basis, I just said this yesterday, bro. Some people be like, D1, like, how you so humble, man? How you so down to earth?
Facts.
And it's like, because I know who I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I say I know who I am, meaning like, I know all the imperfections that I possess. You know? That's why I'm so humble. Because I'm sitting here like, God, man, you could call me home any day. I done had the gun up to my head. I done had Hurricane Katrina. I done had best friends getting murdered and you watching this. I done had so many things. And then I just know the things that I struggle with, man, as a man. And it's like, that's what keeps me humble, because there's no way to act like I'm holier than thou. Like, because I'm not.
Bro, for artists like you, and for an individual like you watching or listening, you can when we doing this faith thing, I try to tell people this ain't for the weak, right? Like, because we striving to do better, right? In business and relationships, you can go do some stuff to come up. I know. You got the relationships. What keeps you from going, nah, I ain't gonna go. I'm not saying I'm gonna go do something bad, but I'm not gonna work with this person because this is messing up my journey, right? Because there might be some success in the email of yours right now. Just answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So success is what kills us a lot of times, because we want success, but on whose terms? If it's success on the world's terms, oftentimes that conflicts with what success looks like in God's eyes. And I think that's what mission vision is all about. That's what my brand, my movement of having mission vision is all about. I'm so locked into what my mission is that a whole bunch of money or just a business venture by itself doesn't look like success to me. It's like, what comes along with that? You know, some money could be real expensive, and what you got to pay in terms of your integrity and in terms of your just your energy that you gotta like dispose of to get that money, it could not be worth it right now. Like, bro, I'm going through some stuff behind the scenes right now, business wise, that I look back and I'm like, I got into this. I got into this for the right reasons, and unfortunately, I was a little too faith-based with how I approached, this. Being too faith-based, make it to where, sometimes we mess over ourselves because we just thinking that everybody's on the same mission as us.
Yeah, man.
And certain things that I know I would never do a day in my life to a person, business-wise, that I'm like, bro, that's like beyond the realm of what David is even capable of. Somebody else would be hearing that and be like, yeah, that's real. No, I'm the same way. Knowing the whole time, I'm about to get him.
Right.
So Jesus is like, bet I'm about to get him. Just wait till the time right.
We talked about D1 behind the beat, or behind the music with the business and the faith. Bro, in the comments, or according to your social media, you one of CHH's most eligible bachelors out here.
Oh, wow.
Let's talk about you as the man, as the flesh, as we are in an era where the screenshot, the digital content, the DMs, the swipe left, swipe right, hey, big head, right? all exist. Man, how how are you operating as a man? How are you operating in relationships? What's going on with D1?
Man, bro, I'm just trying to get married, bro.
That's an industry answer if I ever heard
it. And get out these industry streets or these single streets, bro. Like
D1 want to get married,
bro. Desperately, bro. Like yeah, bro. All right.
I'm good with. What's the hold up, bro?
What's the hold up? I mean, you know, finding the right person, bro, and having the right person be on the same type of time I'm on the same page, and in the right season. You know, sometimes you can have what you think is the right person, and they feel like, hey, you know, this is just the wrong season for me because I got this going on, or I got to work on this. You know what I'm saying? Other times, you could find what you think is the right person, and you go all in, and you like, dang, my excitement got the best of me. You know what I'm saying?
Because we can all say, watch this. We can all say, I'm looking for the right person. Like we looking for the right person.
Yeah, man, this question got me stressed out.
No, but hey, we diving deep right now. What does the right person look like, right? Because, and I'm speaking for you, because, bro, you a businessman. Yeah. You're an indie artist, right? You travel. Yes, you in Houston right now, right? They out here. They out here. If I'm from Louisiana, right?
Out here, yeah.
The right person has got to not have this and must have this, and don't give me they gotta have God. We know that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't give me that.
Okay.
Right? What about you have they must accept?
What must they accept about me is that I don't have a job, I have a calling.
Okay.
I don't have a career, I have a calling. So this is a round the clock ministry that I'm being used for.
Okay.
God is using me. So they're gonna have to be a part of it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to be a part of it, like a tangible part of it. Like as an independent business owner who's also a man of God, everything is can you hold a camera, you know what I'm saying, for this? Can you hit this person about this? Something that I can't do. Can you do this? Hey, what you think about this idea? I need to be able to run ideas off of you. And I feel like that's something that I wouldn't have it any other way at this point in life. Like cause I didn't had everything else.
Is that a good thing though, bro? Because
maybe not.
Well, cause I'm gonna give you two sides of it, bro. Would you rather have a lady who just want D1, care nothing about the artist? I'm gonna support them. I'm gonna push them. I'm gonna go out there and get it. But I don't have to show up to the Stellar Awards. When you got this show and go do your show and come home, right? Or do you want that one that say, babe, let's hit the red carpet? Or, you know what? I'm holding the camera.
Yeah. Man, that's a great question. And I'm gonna be as transparent as possible right now. I don't think it's about what I want anymore. I think it's about what I need at this point in life. And the thing is, if I had somebody else doing that other stuff, if I had somebody else that's hitting that red carpet with me, or that's holding that camera or whatever, or that's coming up with the business ideas and we tag teaming this, if I had that, then I probably would be cool with just, hey, come in, baby, give me a kiss, have a great show, and I'll be here when you get back, looking good, smelling good, and with your favorite cookies, baked. You know what I mean? That would be cool. But the reality I'm having to accept is that, like, how long you gonna wait for that for? And whenever you got other people, it's rare, bro, that people have like teams that just be with them, or people that just love them. You know what I'm saying? You get a Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, who has his brother, that's his physical brother. You got a Black Sam, that's his name, that's with him. You get some people that started out doing this from day one together, so they've made millions and millions together, so they're both incentivized to do that.
Right.
But when you somebody who kind of broke all the rules and got this far with, don't get it twisted, there's been people along the way in my journey that have been a part of my success and part of my teams. But when it gets to the point to where, that's for seasons and people go off and do their own things, you get to the point now to where it's like, for me, realistically, that's not going to come in the form of a long-term like business partner from just a random person at this point. It's not. They'd rather either start from square one with somebody, or they'll rather be like, look, like, if you was maybe, you know, Kanye West could fire his managers tomorrow, and anybody in the world is gonna be down, as long as they could put up with the headache, they're gonna be down to be his manager the next day, because they're like, this Kanye, the bag we talking about is crazy, the opportunity, the connection, all that. When you're a person that's like a working class, you know, artist, and I don't want to like be, you know, overly humble about things. I know I'm successful, you know what I'm saying? There's no way to, and I'm thankful, you know, by the grace of God, but it's not like people are down for that grit that it takes. It takes grit to be an independent artist. And not everybody is down for that grit if they weren't with you from day one. So for me, it's like it then got to the point where I feel like I'm gonna want that to be my girl. I'm gonna need that to be my girl if I'm gonna keep doing this. Cause it's to the point where it's like, I don't know how sustainable it is to hold so much weight on, you know, on my back, on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like without that. So would I rather it be like able to be compartmentalized? This is work. This is my work crew. This is my home life. You know, I probably wouldn't be opposed to that, but my life just ain't shaping up like that.
Does D1?
Am I tripping for thinking like that?
No,
because sometimes I go back and forth in my mind, like maybe I am tripping and I'm putting too much pressure on another person.
That could be complex for the person watching this right now that's been following you and truly have a love for you. But here's another question, and this is as real as the faith-based side of a business minister trying to give you all the titles can get. Does D1 want a church girl?
What's a church girl?
I'm about to ask you.
What's a church girl?
Yeah, because
she could be a girl in church, but that don't mean she a church girl.
Facts, absolutely. So I'm about to say, in your career, in your time of being D1, when they approach you, are they approaching you with the real them or the godly saint them? Does D1 want a church girl? Right? I got my answer for it.
What it is? I need to know. I need to know.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this, and this is strictly for the comments. I don't want a church girl, right? I don't want a girl who playing God, and I got to look the part of a God, and I got to speak godly, right? I want her to be down for me and love God, right? I want her to have her mistakes, right? Own up to them, be able to speak about them, be able to repent about them, tithe, off, go to church, but still we can go out and be a God-loving couple who just hanging out, right? I don't want the girl who has to act a certain way for the world to accept it. Just be you, because I'm gonna be me, right? And like you said, man, you was talking about how God forgive you when you sin and all of that, right? So when they approach D1, what is the main approach of a girl? Is it the church representative girl coming up? Or it's a THOT word I want. Does she show up?
Right. I don't really get approached by women too often, man. You know, I'm more,
that's real.
Yeah, real talk, bro.
D1, that's real.
I'm serious. I don't get approached by women like too often, bro. It's way less than what people might give credit for. Like I don't get approached by a whole bunch of women, and if anything, so that's just number one. Like I'm not Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was gonna go there. Are y'all related?
Right. They say, "Oh, you Chris Brown with dreads."
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Y'all related, bro.
Right,
I'm gonna check the daddy somewhere, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
So, do I want a church girl? I've had awkward experiences dating people that are super like churchy. You know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes it is a role that they're playing. You know,
Are you churchy?
Am I churchy? No, I'm not. I'm not churchy. I'm godly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not in anyone's box. That's one thing I know, bro. I'm not in anybody's box. So because I'm not in anybody's box, it make it to where, I was really in church preaching this morning. You heard me? I was really doing that. And I'm really over here listening to Nas when I get in the car. You heard me? And like on all these levels, I'm really that person who has seen what I've seen and could relate to people from all walks of life and am comfortable in a lot of different spaces. I'm literally all of that in a very authentic way. And somebody don't have to be all of that as well, but they gotta accept it. Man, I'm gonna say this, bro. Some people feel like sometimes people feel like they aren't churchy enough for me because they feel like, oh, I'm gonna taint your image. You know what I'm saying? By you get with me because I'm not all the way right and I'm rough around the edges and all that type of stuff. And it's like that stuff doesn't intimidate me. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I ask myself like I get confused and I'm like, is there a such thing as me always seeing the potential in somebody and being like, bet I could work with that as long as you want to become, better and whatnot. Like, that's cool. I'm here for the journey, for the process. And sometimes I'm like, is that a flaw? Like, do you need somebody who is already on your level, where you at? But then the problem with the on your level where you atness is sometimes people, they may look at me like, you ain't church enough for me.
You kind of rough around the edges,
yeah,
right?
you a little more rough around the edges, right, than what I would have thought. Because they might be like, you got this label on you. You a Christian artist. Or you this, you that. So they come into it with an expectation. It's like, man, I'm just me. I'm just being authentic. And I just want someone else who could be authentic and to know that I'm not here to judge you.
Yeah.
I'm here to love you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at a point, bro, I'll conclude by saying this. I'm at a point where relationship-wise, unfortunately, I'm confused right now, and it's just because I've seen so many scenarios, man. Been a part of so many scenarios that it make you question. It make you question a lot, bro, when it comes to stuff. And I'm confused right now, bro.
Rapid fire, quick questions on relationship because I really want to get into some music with you.
Yeah.
D1 just said he's desperately ready or wanting to get married. Yeah. You signed a prenup?
Would I sign a prenup?
Are we talking prenup?
At this point in life?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let her know that right now.
Yeah, let her know. I hope you watch it. I hope you listening. I hope you hear me.
Hey, come, show up with a pen because y'all signed the prenup.
Show up with a pen. Show up with a pen. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you approaching them or?
Yeah, I'm approaching a woman. What about the prenup?
No.
About as far as just hollering?
Yeah. Are you approaching women or are they sliding in your DM? Yeah. You got to be careful out here.
No. Yeah. But I'm a lion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm that's me. So I'm.
D1, you ain't got no dummy account out there?
A dummy account? No. Nah, bro.
John Jackson showing up. Y'all, I'm really D1.
Nah, bro. No. I can't even remember my own passwords for my own account, so I don't need no extra fake accounts that I gotta manage. Nah, ain't no John Jackson.
You ever been hacked?
By the grace of God, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah. You ever been hacked?
I've been hacked before. Yeah,
really?
I've been locked out. Yeah, this ain't even about me.
Oh.
We'll talk about and that's actually good. So if anybody ever get a message from D1, it's not your representative. That's you handle your social media.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the D1 account, the one with the blue check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Let's talk about your social media, bro. You was coming off a tour and you working at home.
Yeah.
So your social media, man, when did you decide to start to show the real D1? What go on? You put down sheetrock.
Yeah.
First, I don't even know how to do that, but what made you do that? Start showing the real D1.
Because I've been finding balance for the past 2 years in my life to where I value putting down sheetrock in my house as much as I value putting out a song that get 1 million views at this point, because there's beauty in both of those things. And there's more so than putting out sheetrock, there's beauty in me learning a new skill.
Yeah.
And there's beauty in me having a neighbor who is willing to teach me this. You know what I mean? A white neighbor at that, to where it's even showing that it's like, man, the whole racism and all that stuff. Like I'm here to show that like there's real light in this world, and I just want to show people that like normal things are cool too.
Well, I want to talk about the racism stuff, but I want to go back and we're talking about your social media right now. D1 inside the Blessed Beatz show. Man, you start putting your pop. What's your pop on that?
Papa.
I just call him Papa.
Papa, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what the world know him as, Papa.
Man, you putting everything from what he eating to what made, and how does he feel about you filming everything?
Yeah, so he don't know I be filming.
He a star. You don't even know.
He don't even know he a star, bro.
So everything he do, just whatever come.
Oh, he just coming raw with it. You heard me? I'm catching the moments. And
what made you do that, bro?
When my grandma died 2 years ago, and man, we were so close. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dang, I ain't got that many moments on camera with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, if y'all think my papa is a character, my grandma was that times 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really don't have nothing to show for it. You know, I just got a bunch of voice messages from when she'd call and be on my voicemail type stuff. But I said I want to document more of my time with my grandpa, man.
You taking care of him full time, or how's it work?
Yeah, so I had been taking care of him. Currently, he back self-sufficient. So a hurricane hit New Orleans and had messed up his place.
Yeah.
So he ain't had no place. So I had moved him in with me for a while. And that was some of the best times of my life to have him with me, you know?
How your family look at you? I mean, cause I know you just cousin D1, but
yeah, but I'm the chosen one. You know, they look at me like, yeah, that's the golden child.
Yeah.
And
you got pressure?
Yeah, I definitely got pressure to not I can't drop the ball, bro. Like people, you know, my people know that I hold the Augustine name you know, real high and real proudly. And I'm also, now that my grandma passed away, I realized that I'm the glue of the family.
Wow.
I'm the glue. I'm the one that's loving enough and neutral enough to where I rock with everybody. Little petty beefs that they have inside the family.
Yeah.
I'm the person that's like, nah, I'm cool with all of y'all and I love all of y'all equally, and not everybody else is that type of way. So,
bro, you mentioned telling people no in business. Is it the same effect of telling people no in the family?
Thankfully, my family don't really like come to me for, you know, for a whole bunch of stuff that I can't deliver on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not that my family don't ever come to me, you know, at different times, but it's not some of the horror stories that I've heard from other people. You know what I mean? So for me, I have a problem telling anybody no. Like I use buffers in business to tell people no. I'm not finna put no buffer between me and my family.
Right.
So I'm thankful to my family, and if they listening to this, I'm thankful to them that they don't come to me for a whole bunch of stuff that makes it hard for me to like, man, I can't, you know what I mean?
They respect you like you respect them.
They respect.
Ultimately, I want to talk about music before we get out of here, man. And I appreciate you being very transparent and talking about everything. But bro, end all be all, we inside of a radio station.
Yeah.
You are an artist.
Yeah.
2022, how important is it for you to be dropping stuff, and how often do you have to drop stuff?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Bro, I feel like this the year where I want to drop so much music that people are shocked. That they're like, D, we didn't know you worked this hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I dropped the whole album already called Finding Balance.
Okay.
Dropped that February 10th.
Yeah. Remember that.
Just Friday, like a few days ago, I just put a new single out that's not on that album.
Okay.
Called Priorities. That's what you commented on.
Okay.
That. Yeah.
Who was the guy on there? And go back through his Instagram and you'll see it on there.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
His name is DeMar Jackson. And this is a song about me saying I wouldn't want to get with a woman who loves her job more than she loves me.
Yeah, and we just talked about, sure.
And we were just talking about that, and I was just like, nah. So I made a song about it called Priorities and put that out. That's off the next album that's about to drop called Garden Girls 2.
Let's go back.
All right.
Garden Girls, you took a turn in your career, man, and things changed different. You started, and we were just talking about you in relationships with women. Did you just have to go and put out a project? Was that for the ladies? What was that for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just to acknowledge that the two most powerful forces in this world are God and girls.
Yeah.
You heard me? And I wanted to acknowledge that and stamp that. And I also wanted to give women a space to feel appreciated in my musical catalog.
I'm trying to get my timeline right. Was that project right before the pandemic or during the pandemic?
Right before the pandemic.
Right. And so now Finding Balance is well, I ain't gonna say post, but
Finding Balance is what the pandemic taught me, was how to find balance. My grandma died a month before the pandemic hit.
Okay.
So between my grandma dying and the pandemic hitting, the past 2 years, bro, life been different and slower.
Yeah.
And what I've been doing is just trying to find more balance and grow as a person. And I tapped into the beauty of what happens when you find more balance in your life, bro, and you feel fulfilled and whole on a whole nother level.
Did you struggle during the pandemic as far as, because you just said you don't have a career or a job, you got a calling.
Mm-hmm.
You still got to eat. The light still got to stay on. You putting up sheetrock by yourself, right? Like, how'd you pivot, bro? How'd you pivot and still be able to operate and earn the income, right?
Yeah. Making small moves with my money, bro. Investing in stuff that has nothing to do with music.
Okay.
You know, having private investments.
Yeah.
Being off into real estate, stocks.
Yeah. You was doing you still do the watch?
The watches?
Yeah, you was doing some wooden watches. I mean, yeah. I've been a wooden watch fan I almost wanted to hit you up and be like, yeah, I've been on that, bro. But yeah.
So that's another conversation. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just doing different investments.
Yeah, different investments. You know, like
did you lose any lack of? You just said you want to put out a lot of music now.
Yeah.
Finding Balance just came out.
Yeah.
You working on something else.
Mm-hmm.
2022 in this era, you feel like you gotta, as an artist with the digital space, you gotta constantly.
You know, bro. I think you do.
Okay.
I think you do, unless you're Kendrick Lamar, and the type of artist that's just like everybody is just waiting on you. And, and no matter if you go 5 years without dropping the album, cats is still just waiting. Like we waiting, we anticipating.
Okay.
If you're not on that level, I think that you do have to drop music to stay like on people's mind.
But where, as a radio personality, I did 2 songs. Grace of God, they both hit, right? You know, and that's just because I got a whole morning show behind me. But where you get your inspiration from? You just posted that you got a project, you got a song, Priorities?
Priorities.
That's not even on Finding Balance. So right now, if you inspire, you finna create another song.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get this inspiration from, bro? Like, to say, man, I'm working on something else now.
Man, I'm sitting off 5 albums right now, completely done. You know? Like the inspiration. Wow. Yeah, bro. Like the inspiration part, I have to put music out rapidly at this point because I realized that I'm stacking up so much music that I don't want to be sitting on all this music and have it to where it never sees the light of day. Like I'm big on, man, it took energy and time to create this music. I got to put it out now, bro. Where does it come from? There's a never ending source of inspiration called real life. And I live it every day.
Yeah.
And I experience it every day, and I don't drink and I don't smoke, so I'm never out of my mind.
Yeah.
I feel all the emotions. You know? I experience all the highs and the lows. And because I'm an artist, I'm able to take those things and transcribe them into doing music.
Bro, you put out a song, and I gotta go here. You put out a song, and I played it on the Blessed Beatz show a few times, and I got emails on it. You put out a song during the pandemic era, George Floyd era. It was about racism.
Racist Christians.
Yes.
Man. Yeah.
How did your base audience, and if you've never heard it, do your Googles.
Yeah.
Click on the next tab and pull it up.
Yeah, please do. Racist Christians. I sure did put that out.
Yeah. And so I supported you on it because I knew where your heart was, right? How did people look at you, right? Yeah. Did you lose some people? Did some people question? Like, how did it happen? Yeah,
it was polarizing. So some people started loving me more because of me having the boldness to put it out.
Yeah.
And some people definitely unfollowed me as if that hurt my feelings or something, you know what I mean? But they definitely unfollowed and they made it known that, you know, they're not supporting me anymore. And I feel like when I'm calling out something that clearly exists, which is racism inside of Christianity, if it offends people that much to where they want to no longer be associated with my movement or they feel like I can no longer add value to their life, then I feel like my time was served in their life, you know, and you know, I wish them well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put a pin right there because I don't even want to dive deep in that. But what you just said was the realest thing. Racism does exist inside of Christianity, so let's not act like it don't.
There you go. It's not a debate. I just made a song acknowledging it.
Right, and the racist Christian, you know it too. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put a pin in there. But man, like we talking about finding balance, priorities, new music. finding inspiration out of real life.
Yeah.
Bro, when you start dropping some of these collaborations, because I see them on Instagram, you got people I ain't never heard of. You got people that don't look like you. You got people that are old and very, like, how you finding who you gonna do a song with?
Man, I was in Slim and Husky's. That's a restaurant in pizza place in Nashville. I was on tour 2 weeks ago. Shoot, they had an old man in his 60s making my pizza. And he was like, hey, young buck, they say you a famous rapper, man. I want to sing for you, man. I want to sing for you. I put him on my Instagram. He called himself The Last OG.
Yeah.
I heard him sing. I said, boy, I'll do a song with you. Like, that's how, bro, for me, I'm not discriminating. You can have no Instagram or you can have 10 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Man, if I'm inspired, I'm like, man, what's up? Like, let's roll. Yeah. That's how I feel now. I didn't always feel like that. But at this point, it's like I do enjoy the art of collabing with people.
Let's just use this last 18 months. I don't know D1. You don't know Marcus. I walk past you in the mall and you see I got some faith-based stuff on. You say, bro, I'm D1. I got some music. And I'm like, all right, what you got? You got one song to give me, D1. You got one song to give me. I'm walking past you in the mall. They watching on YouTube, and you got 4 minutes left in this to tell me what I need to hear. What song you giving me?
Okay, off of Fine and Balance album, I'm giving you Shine On. That's my song featuring The Game.
Okay.
So number one, I got The Game on it. You know? So it got you looking at me like, word, how you got The Game on?
That's my question, because I know they're gonna ask, how'd you get The Game on
how you get The Game on a song, right? Yeah. Man, I used to intern for The Game. Wow. When I was in college. People don't know my story, bro. People don't, like, they got so many layers to unpack. Yeah. You know, to graduate from college, I had to do an internship, and I did mine in New York one summer. And the company that managed The Game, I did an internship with that company, doing that Jimmy Henchman. He's in jail right now. Yeah. But you know, if you know hip hop, you know about Jimmy Henchman and whatnot. And I was on The Game street team, so I'm interning for him. I never met him, right? Yeah. Never met him in person. I was literally just a low-level intern in the office. And I told my other interns, I said, man, tell y'all the truth, I ain't even trying to work in the music industry, bro. I just came up here because I rap, and I'm trying to get my music to the people here, or just make some connections in New York. I said, man, one day, I'm not trying to work for The Game, no disrespect. I said, I'm trying to do a song with The Game one day. You know what I mean? So for me to say that stuff back in college and for it to come full circle to where it's like, man, me and The Game on a song together now.
Shine On.
Shine On. I'm playing.
Tell me about the song.
I'm playing that because the reason why I'm playing Shine On is because in that song, I talk about the last relationship I was in and how I thought that was gonna be my wife. And I talk about how I bought a house thinking it's going to be our house and all this stuff. And then we end up breaking up. I'm being vulnerable about the fact that I've tried and failed. I've took real losses. I talk about me, despite that, then doing a song with a dude like The Game, who I used to intern for, and how that's so great. And the day after I do the song with him, I get a call at 4:38 in the morning that my little nephew just got shot sitting on his mama's porch in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Man. And despite all that, the theme of the song is to shine on, you know, still wear your crown even when your tears are falling.
Love it. Shine On, Finding Balance, out now, all streaming platforms.
Yes.
Make sure you go check that out. Jump back in the comments and let us know what you think about that. You just talk about your crown. I got to say this while I got you. I've been knowing you 4-5 years. I think when I first, if you go back through the Blessed Beatz interviews, I ain't had locks when I first did it. I ain't had no locks. I'm 4 years deep now. They on my shoulders now.
I'm proud
bro,
of
you inspire me. How many years you got?
14.
14. That's your crown. I mean, we see how you rock it all the time. What are you cutting up? Are you ever gonna cut? What are we doing with this?
Nah, man. You know, I got a big forehead. I'm kind of self-conscious, bro. So I feel like these locks fit me well. You know what I mean? I feel like I done found me a look that I like. And I ain't trying to go back to no fade or nothing or just, I see the jokes people be making online talking about different artists.
Photoshop gotta be serious.
Boy, and they be having different artists who got big foreheads and they'll put them next to each other and be like, which one would you not want to get headbutted by? Man, I ain't trying to be on them memes, man. Yeah.
14 years though, bro, and you still loving them.
Yeah, I still love them, bro.
Yeah,
I do. I still love them, and at this point, I think they're just a part of me. Like Ludacris ain't been the same since he cut them braids.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes,
but his money double. He started doing movies, bro.
Yeah, but he ain't as fun no more.
Okay, yeah. Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. Come on, Busta. Like, I ain't heard no hits from Busta since he cut that.
Put your hands with my eyes can see. Okay, yeah.
So like all of my whole career, I've had locks. You know? So yeah, I ain't trying to. When Lil Wayne cut his, I cut mine. Cause he inspired this as well. You know, growing up in New Orleans, I was definitely a part of the whole generation that was looking up to Lil Wayne. So when Wayne cut his, I cut mine. All
right, Finding Balance out now. What else is next for you? Because it's going to live forever. And I want to be able to say, man, you talked about it and it came to fruition.
Yeah.
What's next?
I got something that I'm holding in my back pocket, and I still got to hold it in my back pocket. I ain't going to lie. Because legally I can't say what it is yet. Okay. But I got something that's big, that's groundbreaking for hip hop that I can't wait to tell y'all this. Y'all going to be proud. But outside of that, like I just was talking about in the hallway, man, being able to tour again feels so great, bro. I'm currently on the Not Afraid tour, and this ain't the type of tour that has an end date to it. We just add more and more cities, bro. And so for the rest of 2022, we add more and more cities to the Not Afraid tour. At the time we doing this interview, so far I did Nashville, I did Atlanta, I did Charlotte. I got Austin coming up Sunday. I got Memphis, Tennessee. I got Huntsville, Alabama. I got my city, New Orleans, on April 9th, the day before my birthday. So that's great. We got most cities being added in real time. So that's gonna continue to happen.
They can book you. It could be a church, it could be stadium.
Oh yeah, bro. When people ask me like, do you ever come to churches? Do you speak at churches? I don't think people understand, man. I preach literally once a month. I'm preaching. You know what I'm saying? In addition to performing at churches, performing at conferences, speaking at men's conferences and whatnot. In addition to performing at your House of Blues venues and your mainstream venues, like I just really do a lot within my gifting. You know what I'm saying? So for people, I just give y'all my team's email address for that. It's booking@d1music.com. So booking, BOOKING at D1music, DEE, the number 1 music.com. And just, you know.
And speaking of, you've been showing, I don't know if you want to get right into a camera, man, Mission Vision. I got some merch back in the day on it, bro. That's been going on a long time. And I love the fact that you're an entrepreneur into the fashion game. Also, how can they get the merch, bro?
Yeah. So this particular hoodie is only available on tour. This is a tour exclusive Mission Vision design, but I have a whole website dedicated to my apparel line, and it's missionvisionlifestyle.com. missionvisionlifestyle.com. Hoodies, shirts, tank tops, socks, sweatpants, and hats, much more.
All your designs?
All my designs.
Oh, you a worker. You a grinder, man. D1, you are brother in Christ, and I love having the chance to sit down and go behind the beat. Social media, they all follow you, but tell them anyway.
Yeah, D1 Music. No, cause somebody listening right now who ain't following me. So for you, this is my social media, dog. Go hit that Instagram, you heard me, sweetie. Go hit that that YouTube, that Twitter, and that Facebook. It's D1 Music, DEE, the number 1 music on all social media.
All right, Finding Balance. Let's go find some balance, man. More of your favorites along the way. Hopefully get a chance to talk to you again when that thing come out your back pocket.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we'll talk to him like that, man. As always, be blessed, be true, and of course, what's the 3?
Be real, be righteous, be relevant.
Yeah. I gotta say this. That's why I came up with be blessed, be true, be you. I got that off for you too. I stole the dreads. The homie D1 inside the Blessed Beatz Live weekend syndicated show. Appreciate it.
Love.